First responders lined up today, look at this site, Clearwater Marine Aquarium, to welcome and salute an Oklahoma officer and his family. The Thompsons came to see Winter the dolphin, inspired by her story of overcoming adversity. And they've been through quite the ordeal of their own, specifically their 10-year-old son, John, who was badly abused before he was saved by the man he now calls Dad.
Very touching story. Now, Winter has actually touched so many people, but now she's expanding her mission to include child abuse. Here's Cynthia to explain. Cynthia.
That Winter, I'll tell you, she's one special dolphin, isn't she? The Thompsons story is one of those with just a horrible beginning and a wonderful ending. Officer Jody Thompson's life changed when he came across an 8-year-old boy right there who was severely underweight. His hands were bound. He was immersed in ice water that night. Well, that child went to the hospital. He never left John's side, and he and his wife ended up adopting him. And then the baby girl that John's mother had in prison months later. So that turned their family of 4 into a family of 7. Well, after hearing his story, Clearwater Marine Aquarium invited John and his new family to come meet their survivors, Winter and Hope. Officer Thompson says John is sharing his story so that other kids living in abusive situations will have hope. And he shrugs off the title of hero.
He's the hero. This is the toughest kid I've ever met. He's the toughest human I've ever met. Military, my law enforcement career. This guy right here's got it going on. He's tough, and he overcome that. Like I said, he saved himself and he saved his baby sisters.
So the aquarium is using the Thompsons' visit to launch Winter's rescue mission. It's to raise awareness for the issue of child abuse. The numbers are pretty sobering, too. 700,000 children abused in the United States every year, a report of child abuse every 10 seconds. But John, now 10 years old, he wants kids to know there is a way out and there is another home waiting for some of these children. He's now a straight-A student, and he wants to be a teacher when he grows up. Back to you.
Wow, incredible story and wonderful turnout to support the officer who did so much to save this little boy's life and bring attention to something so needed.
Grateful for him.
All the first responders show up to support him. I love that too. It's all good.
It is indeed. And Winter again, touching people and changing lives.